Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Thursday, the 27th of March. Reading through John's Gospel, but also through Exodus with McShane. I was struck by a passage in the Exodus reading from Exodus chapter 38, which is talking about the way Moses had the tabernacle built and what it looked like and how big it was and what went into the construction of the tabernacle and the tables and the altars and everything. And then in verse 21, we have, these are the amounts of the materials used for the tabernacle of the covenant law, which were recorded at Moses' command by the Levites under the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron, the priest. And as I read that, I thought, here you've got the note that they recorded how much was given. They recorded the amount that they received, and it was used in making the tabernacle. And it just underscores a truth that people lose sight of quite often, that administration is vital for an organization, even an organization like the church. It can get going and it can flourish in a small way for a while. But the minute it becomes quite big and it becomes a slightly more complex organization, it rides on the administration. And here Moses, with the complexity of what they had, ensured, he made sure that there was somebody counting and making a record and keeping track of things. And had that not happened, one wonders what would have happened, how it would have turned out. And we see in the world today, and particularly in the church, that so often where things aren't properly done, the wheels come off. And often it's not because people have been malicious or they've been out to steal, which sometimes they have been, but so often it's a case of badly administered. They thought there was more money, but they didn't realize that it had been spent on X, Y, and Z. Or they just took the money and borrowed it in order to use it for such and such, which was probably a good purpose, but it wasn't recorded, and now nobody was quite sure. And the minute people aren't sure, they're not quite so keen to give, because if nobody knows where the money is going, you don't know if it is going into somebody's pocket or not. And so we so often think of the church and the people up front and the noisy ones in the front of the people, but it's held together so often by the quiet people behind the scenes doing the meticulous, fastidious, but vitally important work of recording the amounts as Moses commanded the people of his time. So pray for the administrators of the church. Pray for those quiet, behind-the-scene people that make such a difference. And if you are one of those people, we just say thank you and keep up the good work. It is important. Be blessed.